Sì, grazie. Sicuramente, Andrea, io sono figlio di contadini, agricoltori, e nella mia crescita sicuramente l'insegnamento della campagna è stato un principio importante. A solo 15 anni ho deciso di fare esperienza nelle aziende che soprattutto anche curioso di quello che era il cambiamento a Montalcino, e quindi sono andato a fare esperienze nelle aziende e a 20 anni, poco più, 22 anni, ho deciso di acquistare Uccelliera per onorare la vita dei miei genitori, che sicuramente hanno avuto la possibilità di lavorare per la sua proprietà.
So first of all, we are extremely honored to be here. Thanks for everybody for joining us, and what a great lineup that we had today. And Andrea introduced himself. He is the owner, farmer, and winemaker himself, native of Montalcino, as where he is his parents, one of the last that lived in their sharecropping times. That was how the countryside was used to be managed back in those times. And Andrea, while growing up, helping his dad since a very early age, a teenager, he started to work in the field. This is a proper word in this context. Started to work in the field, helping his dad, and later on had the fortune. He always says he had the fortune to be employed by other wineries doing everything. And when we say, everything, it means from picking the soil, preparing the soil for planting the vineyards, planting the vines, and all the operations. So he has had the fortune to have a long experience in farming and also in winemaking, being appointed as cellar master. And he was in his early 20s that he had the opportunity, this is what he said literally, to honor my parents by buying a little property and starting my own project. And it is when Uccelliera was born. It was 1986. And starting from scratch, again, because there were no investors, no inheritance, no gift. It's a lifetime, he ventured in this lifetime commitment. At the beginning, there were just a few hectares of land. Again, as Eric introduced us, we are in the southeastern corner of Montalcino. And all the investment over the years have been addressed in growing little by little the size of the property, although we are still pretty tiny, a total of roughly 10 hectares. But his intention and the way how he widely purchased the parcels that today count under Uccelliera was intentionally to keep the property within Castelnuovo dell'Abate. His intention was to represent the greatness and the unique character of this area of Montalcino by taking advantage of the diversity within this portion of Montalcino. So as Eric introduced, today we feel blessed, we feel extremely fortunate to take advantage of different, and to have the opportunity to experience the differences within basically three different, we summarize them by elevation, the difference between three different levels where our vineyards are located. So starting from the lower elevation, those vineyards stand very close to the Orcia River, which is an important, extremely important geographical element in Montalcino and in particular in Castelnuovo dell'Abate, where the soil is predominantly a calcareous clay, pretty compact, rich in iron. Then we go to a medium elevation, about 250 meters, where the soil is mostly sandstone. And then we go higher in elevation, we reach close to 380 meters, where the soil becomes more schismal. So all these different elements and what creates, in our standpoint, the soul of Uccelliera wines is to take advantage of this diversity and having the opportunity to experience and to learn from vintage to vintage from this diversity. In terms of winemaking, as we said before, we anticipated Andrea is fully responsible of winemaking as well. And the approach is, we can say, quite simple in terms of, in the cellar, I would say, it's like taking the grapes in a journey to let them express. Meaning like there is a spontaneous fermentation, native yeast, respect of the grapes, respecting the growing season, and blending them afterwards. That's the concept standing behind Uccelliera.
Can you tell us a little bit about cryomaceration? Is it something that you guys specialize in?
Eric chiede a proposito della criomacerazione e trattamento del ghiaccio.
Sì, sinceramente questo ha contribuito a dare nobiltà a questo territorio per quanto mi riguarda e sicuramente ha contribuito anche a far emergere tutte quelle che sono le particolarità che contraddistinguono la diversità che diciamo che a un certo punto rappresentano la zona di Castelnuovo. Sicuramente ho iniziato questa esperienza con l'annata 2004, ma tutta la produzione poi si è materializzato il lavoro con l'annata 2006.
So the use of dry ice to treat the grapes before the stemming and the cryomaceration, he basically started experimenting this technique with part of the grapes in 2004 and applied to the whole production, the whole harvest since 2006, and proved to be very remarkable in basically one of the things that we have been through the conversation with all the our fellow colleagues, the crunchiness and keeping the aromatics throughout the process. The use of dry ice and cryomaceration for us proved to be very, very, very important. So basically, we can say we spray. It doesn't sound very fun, but I mean, this is what we do. We spray dry ice on top of the grapes before the stemming, and the whole grapes, the whole berries are addressed to refrigerated stainless steel tanks. So in this case, we do keep control of the temperature during the fermentation, but those tanks are refrigerated, so there is a spontaneous fermentation, natural, that will start naturally by the natural rise of the temperature in each container. So the cryomaceration, the grapes undergo cryomaceration for a different number of days based on the grapes, basically. I mean, the thickness of the skin, the structure of the grapes themselves.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you so much.